Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I share with you information that can help you make the most of your service here as well as help you navigate your life after NYSC. My name is Biometric and I'm an ex-Corp member from Niger State. While I was a prospective Corp member waiting to serve, as part of my preparation, I needed someone to break down for me what the national service here looks like. And that is why I'm making this video, to give you as a prospective Corp member an overview of the national service here. And this video will help you make plans and preparations ahead of time. One that will help you make the most of your service here, as well as prepare towards a successful, fulfilling and productive service here. A lot of things have changed due to the impact made by the COVID-19 pandemic, but notwithstanding, there are 4 basic programs of the NYSC scheme. Number 1 is the orientation program or the orientation course. Number 2 is the primary assignment. Number 3 is the community development service. And number 4 is the winding up or the passing out parade. The orientation course or orientation program takes place within a space of 3 weeks, while for the remainder of your service year, you will be doing your primary assignment and also your community development service activities. And at the end of your service year, you have the winding up or the passing out parade. Let's break down these 4 basic programs of the NYSC. When you register for NYSC, after some days, you will receive a letter known as the call-up letter, and on this letter is indicated the state where you have been called to serve out of the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria and the date you are to arrive at your orientation camp for your orientation program. The space of days between when you receive your call-up letter and when you are to appear at your orientation camp is usually very small, so it is advisable that after your registration you begin to get your things ready and your documents ready that will be presented at the orientation camp. I have made a video on the checklist of the essential things you must take to the orientation camp, so I'll drop a link to the video in the description box below. The purpose of the orientation program is to familiarize you with the objectives of NYSC as well as prepare you for a successful service here. At the orientation camp, you will go through a series of lectures, physical fitness activities, manual drills, skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development program, group activities, social activities, as well as games and sports. I have also made a video on what camp life looks like, so you can check out the video in the description box below. NYSC is in collaboration with the National Directorate of Employment (NDE), the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), as well as other important bodies, governmental or non-governmental organizations. These important organizations, governmental and non-governmental organizations, would come to talk to you at the orientation camp. Take advantage of that. Be active at the orientation camp. Make meaningful networks and connections that will help you make progress in life and can serve you a lifetime of opportunities. There are just a lot of opportunities at the orientation camp that you must not miss. So be on the alert and take advantage of these opportunities. At the end of the 3 weeks orientation program at orientation camp, you'll be posted to continue your service here somewhere in the state, also known as your place of primary assignment. The same anxiety you felt when you're expecting your call-up letter is the same anxiety you feel when you're expecting your PPA letter, because this will determine where you'll be spending the rest of your service here in the state where you've been called to serve. On the last day of the orientation camp, after you have received your PPA letter, vehicles will be arranged to move Corp members to the local government area of their place of primary assignment. There is a representative of NYSC in every local government area known as the local government inspector. Throughout your service here, you'll be working closely with your local government inspector. At your local government area, you'll be given further orientation by your local government inspector concerning the local government area where you are currently in. Also, you'll be doing your documentation. Your documentation is basically you taking your PPA letter and taking it to your employer, assessing your place of primary assignment, negotiating with your employer. If your employer accepts you, you take this letter back to your local government inspector and it is being put in a file together with other documents like your bank details, your passport, and other documents. The things expected of your employer are already written on your PPA letter. Things like provision of accommodation, paying of your transportation fare, monthly stipends, and so on. Most place of primary assignments don't meet all of these expectations, but my recommendation to you is that wherever you'll be serving, ensure that they give you an accommodation. And if they are not giving an accommodation, be sure that they are going to be paying you on a monthly basis as you go look for accommodation yourself. And whatever the accommodation you'll be staying in, be sure they have basic social amenities like water, light, and a very good internet connection. If not, then you can make that your personal community development service project. As you negotiate with your employer, you would also discuss what you'll be doing for the rest of your service year. Take for instance, if you'll be serving in a school, you will be told the particular subject and the days on which you are to take this subject at the school where you are going to be serving. If you eventually come to terms with your employer, then you can give me your PPA letter, he accepts you, and then you go back to your local government inspector for documentation. If you don't come to terms with your employer, take for instance your PPA is not promising you to give you accommodation, and your PPA is also not promising you to pay you on a monthly basis, you can go around the local government area looking for another place of primary assignment and make recommendations to your local government inspector. He would reason along with you, and then he would post you somewhere else. After your documentation, you are free to travel back home for a period of 2 weeks to fully prepare for the remainder of your service year. You'll be required to write a letter requesting for leave of absence for 2 weeks. The format of this letter will be given to you by a local government inspector, and you will be permitted to travel. It is just for protocol's sake. You are expected to return back to your local government area on or before the end of the 2 weeks to continue your service year at your place of primary assignment. Note that you have every privilege every other employee has at your place of primary assignment, so you don't see yourself as a junior staff. I encourage you to prepare and make plans to meaningfully impact and positively influence the lives of those at your place of primary assignment. That is why you are there. In addition to all this, you are expected to partake in the group community development service activities, which usually takes place once in a week, usually on Thursdays. You could also engage in a voluntary personal community development service project, which has to do with you looking at your community and doing something that will better the lives of those at your community. If you follow the right protocols and your project is outstanding, you can qualify for a variety of awards such as the Chairman's Award, the State Honors Award, and the President's NYSC Honors Award. You're also expected to do your monthly NYSC biometric clearance, which usually takes place between the 1st and the 15th of each month. This is very important because this indicates that you are present at your place of primary assignment and also makes you eligible for your monthly NYSC allowance at the end of the month. At the end of your service year, you're expected to do your final clearance, and with that, you're ready to collect your NYSC certificate and pass out from NYSC. The passing out parade is meant to be a grand celebration of core members passing out of NYSC, but due to the impact made by the COVID-19 pandemic, this passing out parade has not been done for a while now. There are two emotional moments during your service year. One is at the end of your orientation camp, and this is when you'll be saying goodbye to the friends you've made during your 3 weeks at the orientation camp, and you will not be seeing them again for life. You've now been posted to the nooks and crannies of the state, and you will no longer be together, just as the orientation camp has brought all of you together. And this elicits a nostalgic feeling, and it's really an emotional moment. The second emotional moment you're going to be having during your service year is during your POP. This is when you'll be saying goodbye to the friends you've made all through the course of your service year at your place of primary assignment, because by now you've now been attached to other employers at your PPA, you've been attached to your neighbors, you've been attached to the community where you've served for a while now. And at this time, you'll be saying goodbye to these people. It is really an emotional moment. I'm going to be dropping a link to the video to my personal parade in the description box below. So that's it. That's an overview of National Youth Service Year. I hope this video was helpful. If indeed it was, please hit the like button. And also, if you are yet to subscribe, please feel free to click on that subscribe button and also click on the notification bell as well. I love you all to the moon and back, and see you in my next video. Bye. There are two emotional moments you're going to have during your service year.